Welcome to the Language Learners Lounge podcast, where we discuss and learn more about the wonderful world of learning foreign languages. The views, opinions, and suggestions mentioned in today's episode are that of the hosts and guests and do not reflect any actual research unless otherwise mentioned or cited. Thank you for listening and enjoy this week's discussion. And welcome, guys, to another episode of Language Learners Lounge. We are very happy you could turn in. Wow. Already my English is not working.
Link. I
We're so
can't
happy.
speak.
Yeah, we're so happy you guys could
Well, well,
tune
bu-
in.
bonjour, England.
We're so happy you guys could tune in for yet another episode. Man, there's a lot of things we've been laughing about already. Uh, so welcome in today, guys. I'm your host, Kyler Lopez.
And I'm also your host, Joshua Flood.
And we've got an interesting episode today. We're focusing more on the world of understanding languages this time, in the world of learning them. So, we've talking a bit about like the speaking side, the writing side, sometimes the reading side, but now we're talking into like actually and audibly understanding it. So when you're like talking with someone and okay, I got to pull myself together. For those watching on YouTube here, you probably already see what the visual is, but for those who are not, because I'm still doing traveling for one of my extra jobs and still making time for the podcast, thankfully enough. I wasn't able to pack a mic stand with me for wherever I was going. So right now my mic stand is my water bottle that I've been carrying around with me everywhere I've gone this week. Right now, I'm currently based in California for recording all this. So, and Josh is still where he is. I don't think you've done a lot of traveling.
Yep. Nah, I just stayed where I've been for the past couple of months.
Nice.
Yeah. Been here since April.
Yeah, so you've definitely been there for quite a while. Screen recording is going to
Yep.
get a little interesting. YouTube is going to see quite a bit. I may block it out because my connection here is getting a little unstable, so I'm switching over to a hotspot so that things continue to run smoothly.
Yeah, I was about to say at least for me, you're kind of freezing in and out every here and there.
Alright, so now I'm on my hotspot, so now hopefully I should be more connected in.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's get into it. Learning accents here. This is going to be an interesting one. I find this like one of the most vital things in the world of language learning. If you ever hear me speak a different language just like on the spot, I'll always have the accent just right there. Like that's I don't know how it is for you, Josh, but that's how it is for me.
You're still kind of cutting in and out for me.
Ooh, this is an unfortunate set of circumstances here for this episode, but we'll make it work. But yeah, I was just saying, like, I was just talking about how, universally using an accent in a different language, I feel like it's one of the most important things because when I go to learn a language, I try to learn the accent with it just so that I'm understood a little more clearly in kind of the more quote unquote native tongue that they have. And I'm able to, better grasp some of the words from there. And it honestly just helps me get the language a little bit
Hmm.
better when I learn the accent of the language. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you've had any experience with that, but I know that's been my experience.
I think with my experience is that I think the biggest thing for me is mainly learning the phonetics of the the word of each like va what was it called again? Letter. That's what it is.
Yeah.
The because because like you look at the letter E, like we say like H-E or sometimes, but in other languages it's more like A, kind of closer to how we would say, well, A
Hmm.
in a in ours. So I say first off to learn the accent would I would start looking at the how it is phonetic, how they are phonetically, first off.
Oh yeah, very
At
easily.
least yeah. And that to me is like one of the best ways to do it because then like you can actually kind of understand what you're saying. It will like yeah, obviously like if you go down to Mexico, maybe if you go down to like the Spanish portions of Texas, maybe they'll understand if you say tortilla, but
Maybe,
but
maybe.
it probably would be better if you learned that you can say tortilla.
Yeah. You got that's one of the
So
important things you got to learn is that
yeah,
you
that's
can't
what
just
I
say a
would
tortilla.
say.
If
Try
you're
to learn the phonetics of each letter and the combinations. And I wouldn't say your accent will be perfect, but it'll at least be closer to what it is.
yeah.
I'm sorry, are you saying something?
No, 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 no. I was
Yeah.
just agreeing. Yeah, I was just agreeing. I mean, yeah, a majority of like
It
learn.
just looks like your mouth was moving and it just
No, my mouth is just kind of doing its own thing, just the agreeing and all that kind of the normal facials I make when I'm agreeing with something. But I
okay,
100%
okay.
agree with that. Because of course, speaking with an accent, so like when you speak French, je parle français, you're not going to get that perfectly on the first try. It's it takes some
Mm-hmm.
time. It takes some listening to, and you know
Yeah.
that's where a lot of listening when it comes to the language comes into play. You know, you really got to grind down on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And as I said, like knowing it phonetically, you're not going to get it perfect, as I said.
Hmm.
And you obviously like it takes time, practice, listening, speaking it. It and the more you speak with that way and the more you help you get from trying to, workshop the way you speak say something, not speak. The way you say something can what's the word I'm looking for?
Now you too, huh?
Uh, help you improve. That's what I'm trying to say.
There we go. Now we got it.
I don't know why it took me long to figure out what I was trying to say.
Nah, it's all good. I mean,
I'm a mess today, I will say.
nah. Nah, I mean, even today,
Yeah.
before jumping on this episode, there were multiple times, and I was like, "What's the word or the phrase that I'm looking for?" And it's like I could think about it in a different language. I knew what I was going for, but for some reason, in English, I could not get it. But that's a side tangent for another day. That's a side tangent for another
Yeah.
episode. But yeah,
Hmm.
it's like one of the leading things that I found that then created the inspiration of this episode actually comes from like experiences I've had where, I mean, you know, Josh, when I speak a language, I speak with the accent and I've learned it through listening. And over time, I've understood the
Yeah.
language better when people use the accent. And a lot of that
Hmm.
just comes from being with enough of the native speakers. And
Yeah, and I definitely can agree with that. Like, especially when you hear like this isn't to like be mean to anybody
yeah, we're not
who's
trying to
trying to learn English, but sometimes and you could argue that this is more of a me problem, but whenever like you have these like native Spanish speakers like speak English, sometimes they say something and you have no idea what they say, and that's not their fault.
no.
They're still trying to learn the language. But it's like sometimes when you hear it, you expect it to hear it in a certain way, or at least a couple of certain ways, but then you hear it like the way that they say it, and and it's just like what?
Yeah.
Uh, like one time, I had a manager whose initial language was Spanish, and they were trying to say the word Shrek, and then he would, but she would say it like Shrek. It would be like a rat, Shrag, and it was like rag. What? It's just like that. That's what it would sound like, and it's like it's not their fault. It's like
Yeah,
this is just it's just their accent. Yeah,
and
and
something like that is
yeah, that's
difficult.
kind of the thing. And I think it honest, and it's like I'd say it could be the same for like as English speakers. Or is like maybe even if we went to a different English speaking country, they would be a bit confused about what we say because the way we say things could be different. Sometimes we might even use a different word for a different for it. And then yeah, just uh, but so if we were to go to another language and speak their another country and speak their language, they probably would not understand what we are saying because they have their own dialect or accent towards it.
Hmm.
But like here we are like coming in and we have like this almost Americanized way of saying it or almost like textbook classroom way of speaking and it'd be like what are you saying? Or it's like, okay, I get what you're saying, but I'm not used to hearing that.
Yeah, yeah,
And yeah,
easily. And it's interesting how universal that concept is. I mean, you started touching up on the English. There's actually a comedian I really enjoyed listening to along those lines. Matt Falk is his name. He has like this bit where he's talking about when
yeah,
he's visiting London for the first time. They're going to see Matilda, and he sometimes brings up a good points about it actually in it, where he's like talking about, we hear how uh, Londoners speak in movies, and it's, we can comprehend them. They've got the common English accents that we're familiar with. But then the moment they start, but then he's like, they dumb it down for us Americans. And then he starts talking about how they kind of have their own dialect. Like suddenly, you can hear some of the English in there, but the way they deliver it is different than how us Americans deliver it, almost to a point where it's like, what are they saying?
yeah,
And it's universal. Like one of the things that I will remember about this kind of thought process behind mastering an accent was when a family that I know who knows Portuguese, Brazilian Portuguese, not Portugal Portuguese. That's uh
yeah.
that's another discussion for a different time, and that
Hmm.
that could get controversial there. But I was at their home at one point, and they heard that I know Portuguese, and so and I was willing to speak to them in Portuguese. So I opened up a conversation in Portuguese, and then they start conversing back to me in Portuguese, but I could not understand them because they were using honestly the most Americanized accent possible I've ever heard for Portuguese. It was
Hmm.
rough for me because
Sorry, you're cutting out again.
oh man, man, this is one of the risks of doing like these traveling episodes.
Yeah.
I'm even connected to my hotspot, which is kind of surprising because my phone
Sorry,
is.
you've been kind of cutting out and you're kind of frozen.
We'll make it work. We'll make it work. No,
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, so like from what I got, you were saying that they were like a Brazilian Portuguese family, and someone would speak Portuguese in a very Americanized way, and it just you could not understand it.
Mm-hmm. I could not understand because I spent so long
Yeah.
listening to Portuguese with its natural accent that when I heard it Americanized, it didn't sound right. I couldn't understand it. All of a sudden, somebody who knew how to understand Portuguese looked like they were just barely starting.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Yeah.
it was bad.
I I will. Yeah, that does sound like it would be a bit of a pain, especially if you haven't heard the Americanized way of saying those words.
And
Um,
and I'll
I
admit,
think.
occasionally it's gotten better to understand them because now I'm hearing more of the Americanized version, and I'm like correlating. This is how Americans say this word in their accents and things like that.
Mm-hmm,
But that was not a good day for me to use my Portuguese right
yeah.
there.
Mm-hmm.
And then you also get like the other problems that are like, the
All right. And I did have another thought that came into my mind about this.
ooh,
It's kind
bring
of a
it,
little bit back to the English, especially with the American side of it.
bring it on. I thought you were cooking
Have you seen
something.
the show King of the Hill?
I've heard of it. I haven't seen it.
I think you're frozen. I did.
Yeah, I was just saying that I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard of it multiple times.
Sorry, what'd you say?
I feel like you're playing with me now. Yeah, I was just saying that I I have heard of the show King of the Hill, but I have not seen it.
Okay. So, well, they're all in Texas and they all have their own accent and with his Americanized dialect and accent. And so you hear a lot of more of the twang and and all that stuff. But there's this character on the show, and if anybody viewers have seen King of the Hill, uh, you probably know where I'm going with this. But there's a character on the show. His name is Boomhauer, and he has this very strong way of speaking that even as an English speaker, it can be very hard to understand what he is saying sometimes because he would talk like Dangle talking like the Dangle, oh, fast and all that stuff, and almost say Dangle every 5 seconds, and it'd be very hard to understand what he's saying, man. It'd be and all this Dangle, talking like Dangle, undangle the man, and all that fast speaking and all that stuff, man.
Yeah, it's it gets
And
confusing.
that was my best impression of him. And yeah, you probably uh, and that's basically kind of an idea of like how it can be sometimes even as native English speakers of sometimes even we say things that even other Americans don't entirely understand. And maybe and honestly you probably can still understand him. You just would have to like hear him more and maybe even sometimes slow down his speech just to understand what he's saying. But that's kind of the idea of like how hard it can be even within English itself and probably other languages as well.
hmm And unfortunately, unlike shows or movies, we can't just straight up give people subtitles to read from as well. And when you're like live and speaking to them in person,
Yeah.
it's kind of difficult to like mentally slow things down so that you catch everything.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Learning the accent comes differently for different people. Like, I know for me, I gained it through just like listening, and I think that's like how everybody does it. And so, I don't know. It's kind of an interesting thing to think about. Like, what are the various methods to learn the speaking accent of a language? Like, how does one come to master like a Spanish
Yeah,
accent?
sorry, I still you're cutting out again.
Oh my gosh. This place, California, I swear, is after me. All right.
Okay, sorry, you cut out a lot. I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah, I was just saying, like,
So,
dang, California is like after me with with things like this.
like California is after you with the accents and all that?
No, with the Wi-Fi,
Is that what you're
with the
saying?
internet connection, like,
Yeah.
like I don't know what it is, but it's coming after me. I'm
Yeah.
hoping when we record again, because when we record this again, I will be in Arizona. I'm hoping it'll be better there.
Yeah.
That's just my hope. Because
Yeah.
man, California out here
Yes.
is tricky with their internet.
Yeah. We do apologize for viewers. Sometimes Wi-Fi is very spicy. It's spotty. Uh,
Yeah, es-
Maybe from where you guys are, you probably experience similar things.
especially with this episode in particular. Like, I don't think we had many internet connection problems in the past 4
Yeah,
episodes, but this one, for some reason, it's like, why so many? And the source of my computer's Wi-Fi right now is literally right next to me. So it's like, what?
yeah. Wait, it's right next to you?
Yeah, my phone's running a hotspot, and my phone is like right next to me, which is like
Yeah.
maybe no less than like 3 or 4 inches away from my computer.
Yeah.
It's like right there.
Yeah. I don't I can't really say what's going on with that.
But hey, on the plus side, the technical difficulties may give people a laugh. Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe
Maybe.
this is a funny episode because we have no idea what either you two are saying due to technical difficulties.
Yeah,
The
it's gonna be one of those
the only
episodes.
thing is, yeah, though would it be more of would they have more problems hearing me since you're the one that's recording this?
Probably. I would imagine so. I imagine we'll hear a lot more of what I hear on my end. But anytime you start speaking, there's hardly any cutout on my end. So I don't know what it is on
What's
my
that?
end that's making me cut out so much on your end.
What'd you say?
I rest my case. And so I I was just trying to say like you're you're coming in perfectly fine on my end, except for some spotty occasions in like the
Yeah, I'm
beginning.
not hearing what you're saying.
Where is my mic? Come on. How close to my mic do I have to get? Testing, testing. This is y'all. This is like oh, we lost him. Uh oh. Technical difficulties. We will be right back. Huh? We're back. Okay.
Was it still recording or
Yeah, we were still recording.
so was I just sitting here and just like, uh-oh, I think we lost you.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that it's gonna hear me say, "Oh, we have some technical difficulties. We'll be right back." And the saddest thing is with this podcast, I didn't prepare anything
Yeah.
to be like an interlude for when when we have these technical difficulties. So I'm gonna have to wing it now.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is
Probably will have to get out because it just soon just because of technical difficulties.
Yeah, this is gonna be one of our shorter episodes now because holy cow, technical difficulties are coming in against our favor, but they're coming in clutch right now. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be an interesting one. But
So,
but you've heard our rambles about language learning.
yeah.
So there you have it.
And yeah.
Ah, man, this
Hmm.
is this is
So a bit
honest.
of a shorter episode today, but
Yeah, things weren't exactly within our power on this one, but we're making it work.
yeah.
And
Yeah, we'll make it
so,
work. Maybe we might remake this video one day and just
uh,
gonna
I am 100% gonna be like laughing about this video as like what, like why,
yeah.
and just kind of like over time start laughing a little bit more. Like we really put this on the air, like
Yep.
an episode talking about accents, which we were able to touch up on, but technical difficulties ended up being the majority of the episode.
Yeah. Hopefully you guys got something from it though.
Hopefully, that is like our biggest hope. And if if nothing else, hopefully our struggles with technical work was even just a little bit of a laugh, even if you were just listening to it and just hearing us be like, "Oh, couldn't hear you," or "Man,
Yeah.
we got cut off," something like that.
Yep. Hopefully you at least heard some of the more interesting bits that weren't just technical difficulties. Like my Boomhauer impression.
Yeah,
Why not?
which was
Hopefully we
which hopefully I can't say because I've never seen the series. Hopefully it was good, but yeah,
I
general
mean I try my best. It's been a little bit since I seen the show. So
yeah, but yeah, there you have it. The general rundown. It's best if you try and practice up with the accents in the speaking world. So, like if you're learning German, try to pick up the German accents. I recommend listening to like movies or shows in different languages because they usually have native speakers who dub those. And so listening to them is a great way to kind of like capture the accent, how it sounds, and then practicing it on your own. And even just like listening to native speakers. I mean, all
yeah.
of what it takes to gather an accent for yourself is just like listening, and really nothing else. Like,
Hmm.
and of course, continual practice on your own, like taking what you hear and trying to replicate it. It's kind of an imitation game, really, trying to learn accents.
Yeah.
And so, with that, for the sake of avoiding other technical difficulties, we might as well stop it there. I mean, we've already got like pretty much a half an hour episode, which is kind of our average, really.
Yeah.
Our episodes really average from like half an hour to an hour, so
Yeah.
we're still pretty much within that average. So, hallelujah.
Yep. You got it.
Hallelujah. Hopefully, we don't have to have this many technical difficulties next time. And if you're on
Yeah.
YouTube, you're likely going to see this water bottle microphone stand set up again.
Yep.
So, and hopefully, I won't have to start the episode laughing because of how ridiculous it looks. Like, I look at my screen right now for the video call, and it looks ridiculous to see, like,
Yeah.
a water bottle and then a microphone just right in front of me.
Yeah, it is pretty humorous to see.
And so that concludes this episode. We thank you guys for tuning in, and we do apologize for the many technical difficulties, but we hope it added to some form of entertainment, not so much education. We want you guys to focus on the discussion we had about the accents, even if we were like cut out a little bit or anything else like that. And so, thank you for tuning in. If you have any other discussion topics you want us to go over, please let us know through our email, through social media. Let us know. We want to be able to hear from you guys. We're appreciative of all you guys who listen. We're appreciative of everybody really around the world who are listening right now. We still have our international listeners, so
Yep.
shouts out to them. And with
Hmm.
that, we will see you guys next time.
Yep. See you. Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen. Hasta luego. Au
Au
revoir.
revoir. Hasta luego.
All of
You
the
know.
above.
Yep.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode. If you have a suggestion for what you want us to discuss, please leave us a message either through our email or through social media. Thank you again for joining us, and we hope you sit with us again in the Language Learners Lounge.